My child, this moment is not ordinary. Something has shifted, quietly yet powerfully, and your spirit sensed it before your mind could catch up. This is not a coincidence. This is not the result of random events aligning by chance. What you are feeling right now is the stirring of a deeper truth finally rising to the surface. Do not rush past this moment. Do not let distraction pull you away. What is being revealed now carries weight, and your future steps depend on how you receive it. For a long time, there has been a pattern in your life that you could not fully explain. Cycles repeating themselves, delays that seemed unnecessary, effort that felt sincere, yet results that arrived slower than expected. You question yourself more than once, wondering if you were doing something wrong, or if you simply lacked what others seem to have so naturally. But hear this clearly, my beloved one. What you experienced was not failure. It was not punishment, and it was never because you were insufficient. There has been more at work beneath the surface than you were shown. I am bringing light to what was hidden because you are now strong enough to see it without breaking. In earlier seasons, this understanding would have overwhelmed you. But now, your spirit has matured, your discernment has sharpened, and your heart has learned endurance. This is why the revelation comes now and not before. You have always felt an inner pressure to remain strong, even when exhaustion settled deep within you. Even when your body wanted rest, your spirit refused to collapse. You carried responsibilities silently. You absorbed disappointment without complaint. You continued moving forward when it would have been easier to stop altogether. That strength was never accidental. Yet what you did not fully realize was this: your strength made you a target. There is someone within your close environment, someone familiar, someone trusted, who does not celebrate your growth the way they claim to. This is not an enemy from a distance. This is not a stranger. It is someone who occupies space in your life, someone whose presence feels normal, yet whose spirit resists your advancement. Their opposition is subtle. Their words are not openly cruel. Their intentions are masked behind concern, humor, or silence. But over time, their influence has drained your clarity, weakened your confidence, and blurred the certainty you once carried so naturally. You trusted them, you gave access, and unknowingly, you allowed their unresolved bitterness to attach itself to your journey. This is not meant to fill you with fear. It is meant to bring you freedom. For now that it is exposed, it no longer holds power over you. You have always been sensitive to atmospheres, even when you tried to explain it away logically. You enter certain places and feel heavy without knowing why. You sit in certain conversations and leave feeling smaller, though nothing obvious was said. You experience sudden waves of emotion when everything around you appears calm. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is perception. Your spirit receives information long before your mind processes it. You were taught to ignore this, to rationalize it, to silence it. But the truth is, this awareness was placed within you intentionally. It is one of your greatest gifts, though it has often felt like a burden. That is why your rest has been disturbed at times. That is why tears have come without warning. That is why your soul has felt restless even in peaceful surroundings. You were not imagining these things. Your spirit has been responding to signals beyond what the physical world could explain. And now you are being invited to trust this inner knowing again. Not impulsively, not emotionally, but with grounded discernment. There are matters developing close to your home, close to your daily life, that require private attention. Not public discussion, not confrontation, but intentional separation and quiet realignment. Some of your prayers felt unanswered not because they were unheard, but because the environment surrounding you could not support what you were asking for. Certain blessings cannot manifest where opposition is still being entertained. Certain doors remain closed not because they are locked, but because you are still standing in the wrong room. This is the part many struggle to accept. Not everything that feels familiar is meant to stay. Not everyone who walked with you is meant to go where you are going. You are protected more than you realize. Moments where you felt overlooked were moments of shelter. Times when progress slowed were moments of preservation. What you interpreted as delay was often intervention designed to prevent deeper damage. What is coming next in your life will first be established in quietness. It will grow beneath the surface before it becomes visible. And when it does emerge, it will not only affect you. It will touch your household, your future stability, and even those who come after you. But before that can happen, there must be removal. Not punishment, not revenge, but separation. Anything that benefits from your exhaustion cannot remain. Anything that thrives on your self-doubt must lose access. Anything that smiles while secretly hoping you stay stuck must be released. You have endured cycles of accepting pain disguised as loyalty. You tolerated emotional weight presented as support. You explained away discomfort because you believed endurance itself was proof of goodness. But endurance without alignment becomes suffering. This moment marks a turning point, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you will no longer ignore what drains you. You will no longer call survival normal. You were not designed merely to withstand pressure. You were designed to grow, to expand, to live with intention. Something being familiar does not make it right. Something lasting a long time does not make it permanent. I have seen what happened in silence. I have seen the hidden resentment. I have seen your kindness mistaken for weakness. And I have seen you continue anyway. That perseverance will not go unrewarded. But the reward requires a decision. You cannot carry what wounds you and still expect healing. You cannot remain connected to what diminishes you and still rise. This is not about blame. It is about responsibility to yourself, to your future, and to the life you are being prepared for. The signs you noticed were not accidents. The disruptions were not random. The unease was not imaginary. They were invitations. Invitations to step out of patterns that no longer serve you. Invitations to trust your inner signal again. Invitations to choose peace over familiarity. This is only the beginning. What follows will require honesty. It will require courage. And it will require letting go of what once felt safe. But what awaits you is realignment, renewal, and a clarity you have not felt in a very long time. Stay attentive. Do not rush. What is unfolding now will confirm itself step by step. And this is only the first part. My child, what you are feeling now is the tension between who you were taught to be and who you are becoming. This tension is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Growth rarely announces itself gently. More often, it arrives as restlessness, as dissatisfaction, as the quiet knowing that something no longer fits the way it once did. You have noticed it already. Things that once felt tolerable now feel heavy. Conversations you once endured now leave you drained. Situations you used to excuse now disturb your inner peace. This is not because you have become difficult or ungrateful. It is because your awareness has expanded, and with that expansion comes a refusal to live beneath your true capacity. There was a time when you believed that loyalty meant endurance, that love meant sacrifice without limits, that being good required you to absorb discomfort silently. You learned to adapt, to adjust, to shrink your own needs so others could remain comfortable. But hear this truth clearly. You were never meant to disappear in order to belong. The unease you feel is not rebellion. It is alignment trying to take shape. For a long time, you questioned why clarity would come in flashes but never stay. Why confidence would rise, only to be shaken again. Why every time you felt ready to move forward, something or someone pulled you back into familiar confusion. Now you are beginning to understand. The pull was not always external circumstance. Sometimes it was attachment. Sometimes it was misplaced loyalty. Sometimes it was the fear of being misunderstood. You stayed connected to what felt safe, even when it quietly weakened you. You explained away red flags as temporary moods. You ignored the tightening in your chest, the heaviness after certain interactions, the subtle erosion of joy. You told yourself it was normal, but normal does not mean healthy. There are bonds that do not break loudly. They fade your light slowly. They do not attack you openly. They drain you through constant doubt, subtle discouragement, and quiet comparison. These connections rarely look harmful from the outside, yet they leave your spirit exhausted. This is why you often felt tired without a clear reason. This is why motivation felt inconsistent. This is why your mind replayed conversations long after they ended. Your energy was being divided, and still you endured. You believed that patience would eventually fix what discernment was asking you to release. You believed that understanding others was more important than protecting yourself. But wisdom does not demand self-abandonment. This season is calling you into a new posture, not reaction, not defensiveness, but clarity. There is a difference between compassion and access. You can wish someone well without allowing them to remain close. You can love without continuing to expose yourself to harm. You can forgive without staying in environments that repeatedly wound you. This distinction is part of your maturation. You are not becoming colder. You are becoming clearer. And clarity often feels like loss before it feels like freedom. There will be moments when you question yourself. Moments when guilt whispers that you are changing too much, asking for too much, becoming too distant. This voice is not truth. It is the echo of old conditioning that taught you to equate peace with passivity. But peace does not require silence in the face of erosion. What you are learning now is how to stand without explanation, how to choose without defending, how to walk away without hatred. This is strength refined. You were not called to confront every issue publicly. Some shifts happen quietly. Some doors close without argument. Some endings do not require speeches or closure. They require resolve. And resolve is forming within you. Notice how your tolerance for emotional confusion has decreased. Notice how quickly your body responds now when something is off. This is not anxiety. This is discernment finally being trusted. Your spirit has always known when something was misaligned. But now, instead of questioning that knowing, you are beginning to honor it. This is where real change accelerates. The moment you stop negotiating with what drains you, your energy begins to return. The moment you stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you, your mind becomes quieter. The moment you stop chasing validation, your confidence stabilizes. But there is a cost. Letting go will challenge your identity. You may wonder who you are without the roles you played. You may feel unfamiliar with your own boundaries. This discomfort is temporary. What replaces it is solidity. Soon, you will notice that your decisions come faster, that you no longer overthink every choice, that your intuition speaks clearly without panic attached to it. This is because alignment reduces inner conflict. You will also notice something else. Some people will grow distant without confrontation. Some conversations will simply stop happening. Some invitations will no longer come. This is not rejection. This is redirection. Not everyone is meant to walk with the version of you that is emerging. And that is okay. What is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself to receive it. There is a reason this transformation is happening quietly. What is being built within you needs protection in its early stages. Loud announcements invite interference. Quiet alignment allows stability. This is why you are being guided inward rather than outward. why reflection feels necessary, why solitude feels restorative rather than lonely. You are not being isolated. You are being fortified. There is a difference. Soon, you will reach a moment where the choice becomes unavoidable. A moment when continuing as you were will feel more painful than stepping into the unknown. That moment will not arrive as chaos. It will arrive as clarity. You will simply know. And when you do, do not hesitate. Delay has already served its purpose. You have learned what you needed to learn. You have seen what you needed to see. Now, movement is required, not rushed, but intentional. Your next steps will not be dramatic. They will be decisive. Small changes, firm boundaries, quiet exits, new rhythms. And with each step, something remarkable will happen. Your peace will deepen. You will begin to feel grounded rather than guarded, energized rather than tense, hopeful rather than desperate. This is how you will know you are on the right path, not by excitement alone, but by steadiness. What awaits you is not perfection. It is coherence, a life where your inner world and outer choices finally agree. This is the reward of alignment. You were never meant to live in constant emotional negotiation. You were never meant to carry the weight of everyone's expectations. You were never meant to explain your worth into existence. Your value was never up for debate. As you continue forward, remember this: clarity will always offend what benefits from your confusion. Growth will always threaten what relies on your stagnation. Peace will always unsettle what thrives on chaos. Let it. You are not responsible for maintaining dynamics that require your diminishment. The path ahead will feel simpler, not because challenges disappear, but because you will no longer be divided within yourself. When your direction becomes clear, opposition loses its leverage. This is not the end of the process. This is the moment you stop circling and begin moving. Stay present. Stay honest. Stay grounded. What is forming now will soon become visible. And when it does, you will recognize yourself again. Stronger, steadier, and no longer willing to trade your peace for familiarity. My child, there comes a moment in every true transformation when clarity stops whispering and begins to speak firmly. You are approaching that moment now. The inner hesitation you once felt is dissolving, not because fear has vanished, but because your tolerance for misalignment has finally run out. This is the point where many turn back, not because the path ahead is unclear, but because it demands responsibility. Responsibility for your choices, responsibility for your peace, responsibility for the life you continue to accept. You have reached the place where awareness alone is no longer enough. You can no longer unknow what you now understand. The discomfort you feel is not confusion. It is the friction between who you were conditioned to be and who you are now capable of becoming. For a long time, you lived by reaction, adjusting to circumstances, adapting to people, waiting for permission to step fully into your own space. But something within you has shifted. You are no longer waiting. You are noticing how often you used to override your own instincts to keep the peace. How often you chose silence instead of truth. How often you minimized your own needs so others would not feel threatened by your growth. This pattern did not make you humble. It made you tired. And now that fatigue has reached a point where it can no longer be ignored. There is a quiet firmness rising inside you, a steadiness that does not need approval, a knowing that no longer asks for reassurance. This is not arrogance. This is self-recognition. You are beginning to see yourself clearly, not through the lens of past mistakes, not through the opinions of those who misunderstood you, not through the roles you were forced to play, but as you truly are. And this realization is changing the way you move. You are less reactive, less eager to explain, less willing to tolerate emotional noise. This does not mean you care less. It means you are finally caring correctly. For too long, you believed that love required constant self-sacrifice, that being kind meant absorbing disrespect, that being patient meant enduring endless cycles without resolution. But patience without boundaries becomes self-betrayal. You are now learning the difference. The breaking point does not always arrive as anger or collapse. Sometimes it arrives as calm certainty, a moment when you simply decide, this no longer has access to me. No argument, no dramatic exit, no need for validation, just a quiet decision that alters everything. This is where authority is born. Not authority over others, but authority over yourself. You are stepping into the realization that your life responds to the standards you set. What you allow continues. What you tolerate teaches others how to treat you. What you repeatedly excuse becomes a pattern. And patterns only change when behavior does. This understanding may feel heavy at first. It asks you to release the comfort of blame and step into ownership. But ownership is not punishment. It is power. When you take responsibility for your environment, your energy shifts. When you take responsibility for your boundaries, your clarity strengthens. When you take responsibility for your direction, confusion begins to fade. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You are no longer defined by your past. You are no longer required to remain where you have outgrown. This is the moment you stop shrinking your truth to fit into spaces that cannot hold it. There will be resistance, not always from others, but from old versions of yourself. Parts of you that learned safety through compliance. Parts of you that equated being chosen with being needed. Parts of you that fear losing connection if you stop overgiving. These parts are not enemies. They were survival mechanisms. But they are no longer required. You are not abandoning who you were. You are updating who you are. And updates always disrupt familiar systems. Some people will sense the shift immediately. They may respond with confusion, distance, or subtle pressure to pull you back into old dynamics. This is not because you have done something wrong, but because change alters balance. When one person grows, stagnant systems feel threatened. Remain steady. You do not need to announce your transformation. Your consistency will speak for you. Your boundaries will communicate clearly without explanation. Your peace will become evidence enough. This is where discernment becomes essential. Not every reaction requires a response. Not every misunderstanding needs correction. Not every opinion deserves your energy. You are learning to conserve your strength for what truly matters. And what truly matters now is alignment. Alignment between what you feel and what you choose. Alignment between what you value and how you live. Alignment between your inner truth and your outward actions. This alignment will simplify your life in ways you could not imagine before. Decisions will feel lighter. Relationships will feel clearer. Your inner dialogue will grow quieter. This is the reward of integrity. You will no longer feel torn between what you know and what you do. That inner conflict, the one that drained you for years, will begin to dissolve. And in its place, a steady confidence will form. Not loud, not performative, but unshakable. You will begin to trust yourself again. Trust your timing. Trust your instincts. Trust your capacity to handle what comes next. This trust is not blind. It is built on experience, reflection, and growth. You have earned it. And with this trust comes a new level of responsibility. You will need to choose differently even when it feels unfamiliar. You will need to walk away from what no longer aligns, even when part of you wants to hold on. You will need to prioritize long-term peace over short-term comfort. This is not easy, but it is necessary. What lies ahead requires stability. It requires clarity. It requires a version of you that is no longer fragmented by doubt or divided by fear. That version is forming now. Pay attention to how your language is changing, how you speak about yourself, how you describe your future, how you frame your challenges. Words are not just expressions, they are agreements. You are no longer agreeing with limitation. You are no longer reinforcing narratives of lack or unworthiness. You are no longer defining yourself by what hurt you. You are choosing a new internal reference point. From this point forward, your growth will accelerate, not because life becomes effortless, but because you will stop fighting yourself. When internal resistance ends, forward movement becomes natural. This is the shift you have been waiting for. Not external validation, not sudden rescue, but internal authority. You are stepping into a life directed from within rather than dictated from outside. This is not isolation. This is independence of spirit. You will still care deeply. You will still connect. You will still give. But you will do so from fullness, not depletion. And that changes everything. What is coming next will require presence. It will require discernment. It will require you to trust what is unfolding even when you do not yet see the full picture. But you are ready. The breaking point has passed. The decision has been made. The direction is set. Now comes integration, and with it, a new way of living calmer, clearer, and deeply grounded in who you truly are. My child, now that the inner conflict has settled, something new is beginning to rise within you. It is subtle at first, almost easy to miss, yet unmistakable once you recognize it. This is not excitement in the way you once knew it. It is steadier, quieter, more grounded. It is the return of direction. You may notice that your thoughts no longer scatter the way they once did. Where there was constant questioning, there is now a calm sense of order. Where there was hesitation, there is now readiness. Not haste, not impulsiveness, but readiness. This is what happens when inner authority takes root. You are no longer driven by urgency or fear of missing out. You are no longer chasing outcomes to prove your worth. Instead, you are beginning to move from intention rather than reaction. And this shift is powerful. For a long time, you lived in a state of preparation without movement. You gathered insight, endured lessons, and carried understanding quietly. You wondered when all of it would finally mean something tangible, when the effort would translate into clarity, when the struggle would give way to purpose. That moment is approaching now. Purpose does not arrive as a sudden announcement. It reveals itself through alignment, through doors that open without force, through opportunities that feel natural rather than draining, through choices that energize you instead of exhaust you. You will begin to notice this. Situations that once felt complicated will simplify. Decisions that once required endless thought will come with clarity. People who resonate with your current direction will appear without effort, and those who do not will quietly fall away. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when your internal state and external path finally agree. Your energy is returning, but differently than before. Not as bursts of motivation followed by burnout, but as a consistent strength that sustains you. You will find that you recover more quickly, that emotional setbacks no longer linger as long, that you no longer need to withdraw completely to regain balance. This is restoration, not a return to who you were, but an emergence of who you are now. You are beginning to trust yourself again. Not just your instincts, but your ability to navigate uncertainty. You no longer require everything to be clear before you take a step. You understand that clarity often follows movement, not the other way around. This understanding frees you. You will feel drawn to act in ways that once felt intimidating, to speak when you would have stayed silent, to choose differently when the old choice no longer aligns, to invest your time and energy where there is mutual respect rather than obligation. These actions may feel small, but they carry weight. Each aligned choice reinforces your direction. Each boundary strengthens your foundation. Each moment of honesty with yourself builds momentum. You are no longer building your life around avoidance. You are building it around intention. And intention attracts clarity. There is also something else returning to you now: vision. Not unrealistic fantasy, not escapism, but a clear sense of where you are headed. You may not yet see every detail, but you can feel the shape of it. A life that feels balanced rather than overwhelming. Work that engages you rather than drains you. Relationships that offer reciprocity rather than constant effort. This vision is not random. It has been forming quietly through every experience you endured. Every disappointment refined it. Every delay clarified it. Every ending prepared you for it. Nothing was wasted. Even the moments you thought set you back were shaping your discernment. Even the times you felt lost were teaching you what you would no longer accept. Even the seasons of stillness were strengthening your inner stability. You were being prepared for sustainability. What comes next in your life will require consistency, not just passion. It will require discernment, not just enthusiasm. It will require you to remain aligned even when external validation is absent. And you are ready for that now. You will begin to notice that you are less affected by the opinions of others. Not because you have become indifferent, but because you are anchored. When your sense of self is stable, outside noise loses its influence. This stability will change how you show up in every area of your life. You will listen more carefully. You will speak more intentionally. You will choose your commitments more wisely. And as a result, you will experience a new level of effectiveness. Effort will feel cleaner. Progress will feel natural. Success will feel earned, not chased. This is the outcome of alignment. You are no longer fragmented. You are no longer pulled in opposing directions. You are no longer negotiating with parts of yourself that want different things. You are moving as one. There may still be moments of doubt, moments when old fears resurface briefly. This does not mean you are regressing. It means you are human. Growth does not eliminate fear. It changes your relationship with it. You will notice that fear no longer controls your decisions. It may speak, but it no longer leads. You listen, assess, and then choose from clarity rather than avoidance. This is maturity. Your sense of purpose will continue to sharpen as you act. Purpose is not discovered through endless thinking. It is revealed through engagement, through trial, through refinement. Allow yourself to explore without pressure, to test what resonates, to adjust without judgment. You are no longer proving yourself, you are positioning yourself. And positioning is strategic. The next phase of your life is not about speed. It is about direction. It is about building something that lasts, something that reflects who you truly are rather than who you felt you had to be. This may require patience, but this patience is different. It is calm, not anxious. It is grounded, not desperate. You are learning to move at a pace that supports your well-being. And this will protect you from repeating old cycles. As you continue forward, you will notice that certain opportunities feel right in a way that does not require convincing. They align with your values. They respect your boundaries. They invite contribution without demanding self-sacrifice. These are signs. Pay attention to how your body responds, how your energy behaves, how your mind feels after engagement. Alignment leaves you clearer, not confused, energized, not depleted. Trust this feedback. You have earned the right to trust yourself. What you are building now will not require you to abandon your peace to maintain it. It will grow because it is supported by clarity, not force. And over time, others will notice, not through grand announcements, but through consistency, through your presence, through the way you carry yourself, through the steadiness of your choices, your life will begin to speak for itself. This is the quiet power of alignment. You are not meant to convince anyone. You are meant to live in a way that reflects truth. Those who are meant to understand will recognize it. Those who are not will fade naturally. Let this happen. You are entering a season where effort feels meaningful, where rest feels restorative, and where progress feels sustainable. This does not mean there will be no challenges. It means challenges will no longer define you. They will refine you. You are no longer surviving. You are building, and what you are building now has depth. Stay present. Stay aligned. Stay honest with yourself. What is unfolding is not temporary. It is the foundation of what comes next. My child, there comes a stage in every true transformation where the inner shift can no longer remain invisible. You may still feel quiet inside. You may still be moving carefully, but the world around you is beginning to respond differently now. Not dramatically, not loudly, but unmistakably. You may notice it in small moments first. The way people listen when you speak. The way your presence holds space without effort. The way situations resolve more smoothly than before. This is not luck. This is alignment becoming visible. For a long time, your growth happened internally, unseen and often unacknowledged. You carried weight silently. You changed in ways no one applauded. You healed wounds others never knew existed. And there were moments when you wondered if any of it mattered. It did, because now, the internal stability you built is shaping your external reality. You are no longer forcing outcomes. You are no longer over-explaining your intentions. You are no longer chasing recognition. And paradoxically, this is exactly why recognition begins to appear. When you stop seeking validation, your actions speak louder than your words. People begin to sense your groundedness. They feel your consistency. They trust your energy. And without you asking, doors begin to open in subtle but meaningful ways. Opportunities arrive that respect your time. Conversations feel more intentional. Your contributions are acknowledged without you having to prove their value. This is the difference between pushing and positioning. You are no longer trying to be seen. You are simply visible. And visibility rooted in authenticity carries weight. You may notice that people approach you differently now. Some with curiosity, some with respect, some with a quiet reevaluation of who they thought you were. This shift may feel strange at first, especially if you are used to being underestimated. Do not shrink to make this more comfortable. You did not change to remain invisible. At the same time, you will notice something equally important. You are no longer dependent on external confirmation to feel secure. Praise may arrive, but it does not define you. Criticism may appear, but it does not destabilize you. This is calm confidence, not arrogance, not defensiveness, but inner certainty. You know who you are becoming, and that knowing steadies you. You are no longer pulled into every reaction. You no longer feel compelled to correct every misunderstanding. You no longer waste energy explaining your growth to those committed to misunderstanding you. You let results speak, and results speak clearly. Your work becomes more focused. Your communication becomes more precise. Your presence becomes more impactful. This is not because you are doing more, but because you are doing less that does not align. Alignment simplifies effort. You will also notice that certain struggles you once accepted as normal begin to disappear. Not because life has become perfect, but because you are no longer participating in cycles that drain you. You do not argue your worth anymore. You do not negotiate your boundaries anymore. You do not chase reciprocity anymore. You choose environments that meet you where you are. This choice alone changes everything. There may be moments when people from your past reappear, drawn by the version of you they once overlooked. They may seek access, reconnection, or reassurance. Approach these moments with discernment, not resentment. Growth does not require rejection. It requires clarity. You are allowed to choose who walks with you in this next phase. Not everyone who knew you before has access to who you are becoming. And this is not punishment. It is alignment. You are beginning to experience the benefits of consistency, of showing up even when motivation fluctuated, of choosing integrity over convenience, of staying honest with yourself even when it was uncomfortable. This consistency compounds quietly. You may not always notice it day by day, but over time, the difference becomes undeniable. What once felt difficult now feels natural. What once required effort now feels instinctive. This is mastery forming. You are mastering your energy, your attention, your response, and with mastery comes ease. You will find that you no longer rush. You no longer feel behind. You no longer compare your pace to others. You understand now that your path unfolds according to its own rhythm, and that rhythm is sustainable. There is a sense of calm settling into your life, not because nothing challenges you, but because you trust your ability to navigate challenges without losing yourself. This trust is your greatest asset. It allows you to move forward without anxiety, to rest without guilt, to progress without pressure, to enjoy moments without fearing their end. You are present, and presence amplifies everything. Your intuition sharpens. Your decisions become cleaner. Your yes carries weight. Your no carries peace. This is what happens when you stop abandoning yourself. You are no longer waiting for permission to step fully into your life. You are no longer postponing joy until everything is perfect. You are no longer living on pause. You are participating, and participation changes outcomes. The life you are building now reflects your values, not your wounds. It reflects your clarity, not your confusion. It reflects your growth, not your fear. This does not mean you will never struggle again, but struggle will no longer feel endless or consuming. You will move through it with awareness, not resistance. You are no longer fighting life. You are working with it, and life responds. What comes next will feel earned, not rushed, not accidental, but deserved, not because of entitlement, but because of alignment. You did the internal work. You faced the uncomfortable truths. You chose growth when staying the same would have been easier. And now, the external world is catching up to who you already became. Remain grounded. Do not rush the unfolding. Do not overanalyze the progress. Do not downplay how far you've come. This is a moment to acknowledge, not boast, not perform, but quietly recognize your evolution. You are standing at the edge of a new chapter, one defined not by survival but by stability, not by reaction but by intention, not by chaos but by clarity. What follows will require presence and trust. But you are no longer unsure of yourself. You are ready. The calm you feel now is not emptiness. It is strength at rest, and it is preparing you for what comes next. My child, you have arrived, not at an ending, but at a place of arrival within yourself. For a long time, you believed arrival would feel dramatic, like a sudden breakthrough, like everything would finally make sense all at once. But what you are feeling now is quieter than that, deeper, more real. It feels like peace without emptiness, clarity without urgency, strength without tension. This is how you know it is true. You are no longer searching for yourself. You are no longer trying to become someone else. You are no longer measuring your life against a version that was never meant for you. You are here. And this presence, this grounded awareness, is the greatest confirmation of growth. Look at how you move now. There is less resistance in your body, less noise in your thoughts, less need to prove anything to anyone. You are no longer carrying the weight of expectation that once bent your spirit. You did not lose your sensitivity. You refined it. You did not harden. You stabilized. You did not stop caring. You learned where your care belongs. This is wisdom earned, not taught. There was a time when you questioned whether the struggle would ever lead somewhere, whether the loneliness had meaning, whether the effort was seen. You asked these questions in silence, not for attention, but because you were tired. And now you understand. The struggle shaped your discernment. The loneliness strengthened your inner voice. The effort built a foundation that cannot be shaken. Nothing you endured was wasted. Even the moments you wish you could forget taught you something essential, what you will never again accept. That knowledge is priceless. You are no longer afraid of stillness. You are no longer uncomfortable with yourself. You no longer fill silence with distraction. You have learned how to be with your own presence, and that changes everything. Because when you are comfortable within yourself, the world loses its power to destabilize you. From this place, your life unfolds differently. You will choose slowly. You will speak honestly. You will walk away when alignment is lost. Not because you are rigid, but because you are rooted. You are no longer afraid of endings. You understand now that endings are not failures. They are completions. And completion is necessary for expansion. You are entering a phase of life that values depth over drama, meaning over momentum, integrity over intensity. This does not mean your life will be small. It means it will be real. Your joy will feel cleaner. Your connections will feel mutual. Your work will feel purposeful. And when challenges arise, as they always do, you will meet them without panic, without self-abandonment, without collapsing into old patterns. You will meet them as you are now, aware, grounded, capable. This is the version of you that can hold what is coming next. Because what comes next will not require struggle to sustain it. It will require presence, responsibility, and self-trust. And you have all three. There will be moments ahead when you forget how far you've come, when old doubts try to resurface, when fatigue whispers that you should shrink back into what is familiar. When that happens, remember this: you are not who you were when survival shaped your decisions. You are not who you were when fear dictated your pace. You are not who you were when you mistook endurance for love. You have evolved, and evolution cannot be undone, only ignored. Do not ignore yourself. Return to your breath. Return to your values. Return to the quiet knowing that now lives inside you. That knowing will guide you better than any external voice ever could. You no longer need to be rescued. You no longer need to be chosen. You no longer need to be validated. You are self-led. And a self-led life is powerful not because it controls everything, but because it adapts without losing itself. This is the gift you now carry. As you move forward, you will notice something profound. Life will meet you where you are, not where you pretend to be, not where you used to be, but where you truly stand. And where you stand now is solid. You will attract what resonates with your truth. You will repel what no longer aligns. You will recognize the difference instantly. This discernment will save you years. You are no longer available for chaos disguised as passion. You are no longer impressed by potential without effort. You are no longer drawn to intensity that lacks stability. You choose peace not as avoidance, but as strength. This choice will shape every chapter that follows. There is nothing you need to chase anymore. What is meant for you will meet you in clarity, not confusion. In consistency, not chaos. In mutual recognition, not imbalance. Trust this. Trust the life you are building now. Trust the pace. Trust the pauses. Trust yourself. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for the life that fits you. And now, as this chapter settles, take a moment. Breathe. Feel the steadiness in your chest, the calm in your mind, the quiet confidence in your posture. This is not temporary. This is who you are now. And as you move forward, remember, the real transformation was never about becoming more. It was about becoming whole.